You calling me?
Yes, thank you. Hi, Shirley. I just want to make sure that you were here. I just want to thank everybody.
Yeah, I had to step out of the way a minute here, but I'm here.
All right. It looks like a full moon on the on the photo. So I just wanted to thank everybody for coming to.
Right. Yeah, that's my kitchen light. I have trouble getting all of me in it.
So this is a quick.
Oh, we got none of her in it.
Get together for the Townsend Municipal Vulnerability Preparedness MVP Action Grant planning meeting. We've had a couple of these meetings just to try to touch base with everybody and work on the application together and gather input from everyone. And I thought I might just, if I may, read the project summary. Weston and Sampson has been assisting us in this effort, and they've been helping us with the project, a lot of the details in the application. So I just wanted to take 1 second to open the meeting with that. So the project summary is an access to water is a fundamental need, and this project has the potential to be a model for climate resilient water supply work in the state. The town will conduct a vulnerability assessment related to the impact of current and anticipated future climate change conditions, including flooding, drought, and snowmelt runoff impacts on Townsend's public and private water supplies. This project will identify opportunities for nature-based solutions and provide regional, environmental, and community co-benefits in support of public health. Main tasks include reviewing data and conducting field investigations, modeling future flooding and impact on groundwater, assessing resilience of water supply to future drought conditions, and conducting inclusive and accessible public outreach, education, and engagement related to climate hazards, water quality, public health, community co-benefits, and water conservation. So I just wanted to open with that and just sort of go through some of the points that we've been working hard. The most important point is this is the deadline, which is coming up. We'd like to submit Thursday, May 6th. The actual online deadline is May 7th, which is Friday. But this is the first time the state will be taking applications online. So to be proactive in case there's a computer crash or a portal crash, we'd like to submit May 6th. And we're getting a great number of letters of support from all across the community right now. And we're just working to fill in the application, get some information. And from my desk, I've been getting a lot of help from the community in gathering anecdotal stories and photographs of current, historic and current conditions that illustrate the impact of drought and flooding on the water supply. One of the most notable is that, David, I noticed these signs have gone up for outdoor water ban.
That's right.
Yep.
Very, very clear signs.
Yes, I saw that very, very clearly. So that was nice, right on the town common. So I just wanted to open with that and thank you, David, for signing the letter of support as the project manager. That's huge for us. I'd also see that Chaz is on the line, and I want to thank you, Chaz, for your letter of support as a state representative. That's huge. Again, all of them have been just fantastic. So I wanted to turn it over to Adria to talk a little more about what Weston and Sampson's doing for the grant. And incredible, helpful, very helpful. So
Thank you so much for the introduction, Beth, and the context. It's helpful to get a sense of where we are. I can say, from our point of view, I think we're doing really well with this application. We've got large portions of it either substantially complete or complete. So I thought I would just sort of run down a list of the attachments that make up the final submittal, and sort of share a progress update. And Beth has already touched on some of these. So I'll start with attachment A. That's really the bulk of your attachment. This is where the summary that Beth read out is. It talks about continuity from your planning process. It talks about the context of the town and climate impacts locally and why this project is so urgent. It shares information on vulnerable populations, which we know is really a priority for EEA. So this is the bulk of your application. We've substantially completed this draft. We're just working on making final updates to the scope and timeline, and we'll insert that into those two small sections. But otherwise, attachment A is done and drafted, and Beth has reviewed that. We're prepared to make additional updates as well with photos or key quotes, any other material that we get before Thursday. Would love to highlight some key information like that in attachment A. And depending on the amount of things we get, we could also include another attachment with sort of all of the compiled photos and quotes and stories and narratives. So that's just another option if we want to take that route. Attachment B is your budget spreadsheet. We're working on updating this in tandem with the updated scope. So more to come on that. We'll be sharing that update very soon. Attachment C, this is actually not needed for our application. So what a relief. Not needed for assessment projects, so we can totally disregard. Attachment D, that is your yearly progress update. Beth is working on this. We've been compiling a lot of ideas for what can go into attachment D, so I think we're in a really good place for that. Attachment E is done, completely done. This is new this year. It's a bonus point, not required, but we did complete it. Essentially, we ran the state's new RMAT beta tool, which they're testing. They're looking for feedback on how user-friendly it is. And the idea is you should be able to plug in an MVP project idea, and it will output some recommendations on what climate standards or design guidelines you could refer to inform your project or to use during the project if the grant is awarded. So they're still testing that, still working out the kinks, but we did run the tool and have provided them with some feedback. Beyond those standards attachments, A through E, there's a couple of other things that will go into the online portal. That includes things like letters of support, which Beth has been compiling. I think we're up to at least 14, possibly more since we last spoke, Beth. So you can share more information on that. But that's sort of the items I wanted to touch on, so we got a sense of where we are. I think we're in a really good place, and more updates to come.
Yeah, thank you. So I won't be keeping anyone too long, but I want to just give my name and email and phone number if anybody wants to email me from the community their stories on how drought or flooding has impacted their water supply. Mostly, I would imagine, we've heard anecdotal stories about wells that have gone dry during last summer's drought. Any stories like that would really help personalize the application and create a sense of community and really highlight Townsend and our particular needs and study areas. So that would be great. And David, did you have anything to say? Or?
No.
All right. Having lunch. Finally, you get your lunch. All right. So I won't keep anybody. And if there's any questions at all, please let me know. So I want to thank you all for coming. Oh, Shirley, did you have a question or anything?
No, I just got at least I got my face up here.
Yeah.
I have to hold the iPad in a certain position to be able to do it. So sometimes if I'm trying to write something down, you'll see me just appear.
Great. All right. So that is it for now, unless there's something else. We're working along. Just want to give a quick update and a call for any other anecdotal stories that people would like to share.
Okay. Well, if you need anything else from me, Beth, just let me know.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Have a good afternoon, everybody.
You as well.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.